shouldn't know. I got secrets.
Good morning, Stephanie Kammerman, the Stock Whisperer, here with today's Daily Dark Pool Whisper for October 9th, 2019. What a wild ride it's been. So we closed week on the SPY, only to bounce back up to the 8 EMA on the daily chart. Now we're kind of in between. We're trying to find support in the 4 EMA. You know, for me as a trader, I hate trading when we're in between like we were on Monday. Yeah, I literally didn't do anything on Monday except put on a little bit of protection at the end of the day. But that's like the worst spot to be in. Like it when we're above it. 292 is my bullish above to the top of this channel trend line, and we're going to be bearish below 290. If we do break this trend line, which I'll kind of zoom out so I can show you how I got that. Yeah, that's a really key trend line. Yeah, if we do close below with the body of a candle, that's going to be bearish and will most likely come to the bottom of this trend line. So we'll see what happens, all right? But watch those levels. Those are really key levels. Let's go to the E-minis. We're going to be bullish above 29.25 and bearish below 29.05. I did put the pre-market volume here. That's why I picked that level. That would be below where they were earlier buying it. Let's move up to the Russell, the IWM. We are going to be bullish above 148.20. And yeah, this is going to be a trade, really a retracement first to the 8 EMA. In fact, let me just put that here. It's also R1 on person's pivot, but I like when we have two major moving averages or pivots in the same spot. It's really strong. It means there'll be two different computers selling there. So always a good target. Bearish below 146.80. If we do turn around and start to come down, that is a key level to watch. Let's go to the QQQs. All right, the QQQs, we are going to be bullish above 188.02. Now in this case, I picked way above the 8. And we could have a trade from 187.50 to 188, actually. It's not awful, but 188 is a really key resistance. So watch that if we do start to move higher. Bearish below 186.12. Let's go to the NASDAQ futures. We're going to be bullish above 77.20 and bearish below 76.70. All right, then we're going to go to the Dow futures. And I know that many of you don't trade the futures, but watching this is really key. So if you're trading the QQQs, you want to watch the NASDAQ futures. If you're trading the DIA, right? The only reason I don't do the DIA is you can see there's not a lot of volume here. Right, this is the ETF for the Dow, 16,000. So that's why I mostly focus on the futures because we clearly, you know, definitely have a little bit more volume. It's not tremendous this morning, but these are really key levels. So bullish above 26,430 and bearish below 26,250. Let's move on to the oil futures because we are coming to my bullish above 53.38. Yeah, let me just make this bigger for you. There we go. Yeah, so we do have, the reason I picked that level is we have this Camarilla pivot, boss pivot right there. So I wanted to be bullish above, and we also had pre-market volume, as you can see right here. See this high spike of volume earlier? So I did want to be, bullish above that, and I gave it a little bit more room with the Camarilla. Yeah, if we break above that, you can see there's a lot of room to go for the oil futures. However, I'm going to be bearish below, let me just check what level, 50. Actually, I'm going to change that. I did 53, but this Camarilla is 52.97. So let me just do 52.96. Let me just tweak that. Yeah, I do that. So those are key levels for the oil futures. Let's just go to the weekly chart for a moment. And yep, looks like we may retrace back up to the top of this trend line here. We'll see. That's about 50, 55 area. So I always like to look at the bigger picture. Let's go to a 5-minute. And then next I want to go to the gold futures. Yeah, we're moving on. I got to talk about gold. Yeah, we have massive 12 million prints that came in yesterday on the iShares Gold Trust. Symbol is IAU. If you've read my book, you know every time the dark pool does massive trades on IAU, we get a big move. So this was enormous yesterday. I'll go over those levels in a moment, but watch these gold futures. Let's just look at the weekly chart first. I want to kind of show you where we're at. We've been in this band. This has been the biggest tease ever. Are we going to close above or below? You can see they sold it these 2 weeks when we went above it, and then they bought it last week when we went below it. I'm looking for a close above or below. Yeah, no wicks. A body of a candle to, yep, close above that on a week. So it's Wednesday. We have 2 more days. Well, 3. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We'll see how we close. If we get there this week, it might not be next week. But something big is happening in gold. So be patient. Remember back in April when I told you we were going to get a big move, we had to be patient. They kept coming in. We may see some big prints coming in continuously over the next couple weeks unless they are done. But I will definitely post them out. So on the gold futures, we're going to be bullish above 1512. Let's get to that chart here. Okay, 1512.50 and bearish below 1502.50. All right, let's go to individual stocks. We have AMD bullish above 29 and bearish below 28.37. Let's go to Apple. Apple hit targets on both sides yesterday. Yeah, it was awesome. Nice retracement down to the 4. And then popping up today, we're going to be bullish above 227.50 and bearish below 225.50. Let's go to MBT. Had a lot of pre-market volume this morning. And if you just look at, I know if you look at the daily chart, you're like, wow, this thing really moved up a lot. But look at the weekly chart as well. You can see that it could bust an even bigger move. Is it going to be a pop and pop or a pop and drop? We have a gap in the chart here. So is it going to pull up right before the gap and then pull down? That's usually a pattern, and then pull on through. Or is it going to be a pop and drop scenario? So I have some key levels for you to watch on this one today. We're going to be bullish above 837. That's 8 3/8. And you can see I went all the way up to about this 875 level. That's the strongest level before the gap. And then I'm going to be bearish below 820 for a pop and drop scenario. I did see a buyer at 821 this morning. Let's see if he's still there. Nope, he actually left the building on ARCA. Okay, and a seller at 836. Yeah, so they're still there. Actually, they bumped it up, 837 and 838. Looks like they're moving around. Now there's a buyer at 825. Yeah, so this guy's moving, so he could be spoofing quite a bit. Yeah, so just watch. You should definitely have a book. If you're a day trader, you should have the ECN books. You need to see where the institutions are buying and selling, and they're very, very cheap. Yep, you're at a disadvantage if you can't see that. Very easy to get it. Shoot me an email, Stephanie with an F, at The Stock Whisperer, and I can give you more information on it if you need some. So let's go on to the next. Oh, I have to tell you that there is an ex-div tomorrow. Yeah, so just be careful of that. Yeah, usually we get a dip in the morning, and then a lot of times it does rally back with the ex-div, but does affect the option prices. All right, let's talk about UVXY. Don't trade this. This is a dangerous vehicle to trade, but watch it, okay? We got a 1 million share print yesterday. on the volatility. It's the Ultra VIX. It decays, it rots, but we got a big print and it might have a pop. The print was at 28.93. We are just below it, but watch today if we go above it or below it. So if we do move above it, yeah, the market will go down. If we move below it and stay below it, which we are now, if we do go down and make lower lows, the stock market will go up. So there's other ways you can trade. You don't have to trade this. Please don't, okay? I'm warning you. I've seen traders get completely wiped out of their entire accounts, holding on to it, hoping it's going to come back, and it doesn't. Instead, it decays. Then they split it, do a reverse split. You have more shares of a decaying, rotting thing, and then you lose more money. There's so many better vehicles to trade, but I just have to bring it to your attention because the volume was insane, and that was a very large print. Okay, so let's go on to IAU. IAU, again, we had, look, you could see the massive volume yesterday. Just enormous. Okay, big move is coming. I'm excited because I love this. Gold was our best trade this year. Just be patient, okay? So bullish above 1450. Don't trade IAU. It's very slow, okay? Very slow, in fact. Very slow to trade. But I'm going to be bearish below 1425, and we'll see if more prints come in. Instead, trade GLD. This is also on my whisper. Bullish above 142, which we are starting to move up. Now, another thing to watch is this simple 30. You know, again, it's a moving average and it's moving. We really need to break above that. Yeah, if we can close above that, that's going to be bullish. All right, bearish below 141. We already hit it yesterday, so there should be less sellers. But when we get there, that's when I like to look and see if, there really is nobody on the book selling there at that level. Yeah, I like to see if there's refreshing going on. So yeah, we're not seeing that. There's not that much volume right now. There's nobody loaded to sell big there. All right, let's go to GDX. Yeah, GDX is another favorite way I like to play gold. We're going to be bullish above 28.58. Yeah, I was going to pick 28.50, but the reason I picked 58 is because of this. We do have persons R1 right there. Yeah, that dotted red line, and that's usually a brick wall. So while we could pull up there, yeah, just watch. If we do break above that, then there's a lot of room to go, especially above 28.77. Then there's a lot more room. But we do have a lot of prints on GDX. The highest print is 28.46 recently. So yeah, if we could break above that, I would start to turn more bullish. That's really a key level. But we are above other prints, 28.10, and some prints at the 27 level. All right, let's go to NVIDIA. But I will be bearish below 27.75. Yeah, if we do turn down the end of the day, we close below this 8. Yep, that would be bearish. Let's go to NVIDIA. Yeah, NVIDIA, nice gap right here, by the way. Yeah, NVIDIA I like to trade near the end of the week. The options get cheaper. So it's really the only time I'll trade it is Wednesday or Thursday into Friday for some really good lottery ticket trades. We'll be bullish above 180.50. And bearish below 178 for NVIDIA. Let's go to JNJ. Oh boy, yeah, these drug stocks could be very dangerous. You never know when somebody's going to do a lawsuit on one of their drugs, which is what happened overnight. Thank you, Susie Q, for that news. I'm not going to talk about it right now. You can go look that up. But it doesn't matter. How are we going to trade this today? We'll be bullish above. I wouldn't swing it overnight ever. I'll be bullish above 129.50 and bearish below 128.50 for JNJ. Let's go to Roku. A lot of my traders love this stock. I do have a high-end target that I put out on the Whisper a while back. 113.40. It's a really key level. For those of you in the Java pit, you know why. We are going to be bullish above 112.75 and bearish below 111 for a retracement. And let's go last to Micron. Micron, we are going to be bullish above 43.50 for a retracement trade to the 8, and we're going to be bearish below 43. There you have it. Those are your whispers for October 9th, 2019. If I see any interesting prints, well, we did have some really interesting ones yesterday. JXI, yeah, this is something you probably never heard of. It's a global utilities ETF that literally trades 100,000 shares on a good day, okay? And yesterday traded 2.8 million print. Now you can see there was a big volume bar back here in September. So, and it's very evenly matched to this one. So the question is, did the guy that, or the computer, or the girl that bought it right here, did they just sell it right here? Yeah, and we have top holdings, NEE, Duke, Dominion, SO, Excelsior, AEP, SRE, all energy, global utility stocks. So this is really key to watch. I wouldn't trade this particularly, but definitely watch this. Look, we're sitting right on this trend line. If we close below it, that's going to be bearish. XLU is another way that you can trade that. There just wasn't a lot of volume this morning. All right, but if we do close below this trend line, or I want to say even below this 30 simple moving average, yeah, that's going to be uber bearish, a trade down to the 50. So watch that carefully. XLU for a swing. There you have it. Until next time, happy trading, everybody.
That's my secret. Can you keep it? My secret. My secret.